we're grateful that everybody's here. Welcome to Coffee with the Principal. Again, my name is Joseph Clevenger, and we're looking forward to giving you guys some great information for this evening to get you started for the school year. As you can see with me this evening, I brought some incredibly talented people, and I would like to take a couple minutes just to introduce each one of them. They're going to share with you their names, what they do here at the ranch, and then we'll dive right in. Christine, you want to start us off?
Sure. I'm Christine Correo. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Rancho Buena Vista High.
Thank you. Welcome, Christine. Mr. Tompkins.
Good evening. I'm Chris Tompkins, the TV, film, and RBV TV teacher.
Thank you, sir. Mrs. Aguirre Simpson. Let's do that one more time, a little bit louder, Elsie, without the mute on.
Hi, I am Miss Elsie Aguirre Simpson, and I'm a new assistant principal at Rancho.
Awesome. Thank you and welcome. We're so glad you're joining us next year as the assistant principal. For those who know Mrs. Aguirre Simpson, she's actually been at Rancho for a long time. You want to tell them what you've done in the past?
I've been here since 2005, and I had the honor of being the department chair for social studies and teaching history and government to an incredible department. I love being a Longhorn.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Bailey.
Hi, everyone. I'm Scott Bailey. I teach English at Rancho, and, you know, I haven't been able to get a haircut in 7 months.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Mr. Fay.
Hi, how you guys doing? I'm Tim Fay. I'm the ASB director.
Thank you. Mr. Arias.
Hello, everyone. My name is J.R. Arias, and I am a social studies teacher at Rancho and also the technology coordinator.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Patterson.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Damon Patterson. I'm one of the new assistant principals at Rancho Buena Vista. Worked here in the past, starting off my education career, so I'm really happy to be back and looking forward to working with all of our Longhorns.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Mrs. Hall.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Hall. I am an RBV English teacher and department chair. I'm beginning my 27th year as a proud Longhorn this fall, and it's a pleasure to be here tonight to share information about our wonderful school.
Thank you for being here, Mrs. Hall. Mrs. KB.
Hi, everyone. I'm Renee Kolar-Bachman. I am the math department chair at RBV. I'm also a dance teacher and the resident choreographer of our theater program.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Raquel.
Hi, everyone. I'm a student here at Rancho, and I am the senior class president and also an ASB officer.
We are so glad you're here. Raquel has been doing great things on our campus for 3 years, and coming into this 4th year, she's going to be leading the charge, taking care of our students. At this time, I want to introduce a very important person on our campus. This is our parent liaison, and also this evening, she's our interpreter. Miss Alma, would you introduce yourself real quick?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alma Cacho, and I am the parent and community liaison at RBV. Welcome, everybody. I will be interpreting your meeting this evening.
Y para que los que hablan español, vamos a hacerlo otra vez en español, por favor.
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos, familias y estudiantes. Soy la enlace comunitario en Rancho Buena Vista. Bienvenidos. Les voy a interpretar la junta esta tarde. Gracias por estar aquí.
Perfecto. Y si puedes, podría explicar cómo ellos pueden escucharlo en español. Y vamos a empezar.
Entonces, la junta empezará en unos momentos. Para los que quieran interpretación en español, hay un icono de mundo terráqueo en la parte inferior de su pantalla. Por favor, presionenla y escojan el idioma español. Gracias.
Perfect. And we're going to get that started right now. Okay. Okay, and with that, we're going to get started. Alma, you should be able to interpret now. You go ahead and turn off your video camera if you would like to. And let's go ahead and dive in. I think I'd like to get started just by sort of telling you a couple of quick things. I am so grateful that you are here this evening, and I'm excited to start the 2021 school year. I want to share a couple of quick things about RBV with you. The first one is this, the foundation of our school is the way we take care of each other, the way we treat each other, the way we rally around each other and support each other through good times and through struggles is really what's at the core of RBV. It's one of the reasons I love being here. My journey to being principal here at RBV is a unique one. I'm actually a alumni as well. I had the opportunity to come through high school here, go off to college, teach for a few years, and now an opportunity to be back helping do good things here at Rancho Buena Vista High School. I'm thrilled to share with you that we have sort of three major pillars that sort of guide and help us ensure that the quality of work we do is excellent. Three areas that we focus on are academics, the arts, and athletics. So in addition to how we treat each other, those are three areas that we always strive to be the model of excellence for our students. And I'm proud to report that we've got a wonderful culture. We've got an incredible staff, and we've got incredible students, and it makes for a really solid combination. Over the last 3 months, we've been working extremely hard preparing for the upcoming school year. I want to direct you to two extremely valuable resources that are available. In my weekly email that I send out, it's called the Rancho Roundup. I added these two links. Oh, sorry, JR, I skipped over that. We've got an agenda that we just flew by. These are some of the things we're going to sort of address and talk about this evening. So let's go ahead and go to that next one. I would really encourage you to really explore and look at these two links. The first one is the VUSD school reopening page. You can find this on the district website. It has incredibly thorough information. If you are looking for information for any one of your students K through 12, this is the first place that I would encourage you to visit. You will see that we've been hard at work all summer. We've had 6 teams working in 6 different areas, really digging in deep and making sure that we can, 1, be prepared, 2, answer questions. So JR, Mr. Arias, if you would take those links and drop them in chat so parents have them, that would be really, really nice. The second one is I'll tell you what, let's put the images of our faces back up while we do that. Sorry about that, Mr. Arias. The second one is this. We have a living document that we call our FAQs, or frequently asked questions. When we get questions from our parents and we're like, oh yeah, we haven't thought of that, we add it to this list. And what we do is we keep this document live. Once in a while, we will put out like a PDF or a permanent copy of a paper. That makes it a little more difficult because if someone else has a great question, we then have to redistribute that same page over and over. The beauty of this FAQ is that it's always live. It's being updated constantly. So as we come across great questions, we do our best to find the answers, and we place them there. So those are in the chat. Parents, I would encourage you to visit those ones. And with that, I want to talk briefly about an email that went out to everybody last Thursday. This is the re-registration or the opportunity to select the learning model for the upcoming year. Just at a quick glance, I want to tell you that we have two models that we're offering in Vista Unified School District this year. And we're going to talk about those quite a bit. But the first thing is this, is last Thursday, all parents of Vista Unified School District students received an email. You should have received one for each student you have in the TK through 12. There is one little curveball. It didn't come from a email address that you might recognize. It actually came from one, I believe it was a, does anybody remember offhand? Is it SVC? SVC link? Was that the actual name of it?
Mm-hmm.
And it would have come from SVC work link at Vista Unified School District. If you did not receive that link, I have a favor to ask. I would love for you to call the school in the morning. We are ready to help make sure you have the opportunity to get all the information you need to make the decision and also walk you through the steps. So if you have not received that email link, please call us at the school in the morning. with a little bit more information on that, I'd like to welcome Christine Correo, one of our assistant principals.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Christine Correo, one of the assistant principals here. And tonight I'm going to talk about one of the options that's available to you and your child this fall. The first one is virtual school. So this fall, we're offering your student the choice of a learning model that allows your child to access their education from home. They'll still be taught by all of the high quality teachers here at Rancho Buena Vista High School. Our campus is going to come to you virtually. Your teachers will be there to provide a consistent bell schedule and a robust curriculum with high interest direct instruction via Zoom. This model continues to allow for engaging discussions, high expectations and activities, and the chance to interact live via Zoom daily with teachers and fellow students. The students will use our new learning management system to have a clear and organized system for accessing lessons, assessments, and daily learning objectives. It's a great way to participate in Rancho Buena Vista High School virtually.
Excellent. Thank you, Ms. Correo. That was a little bit of information about our virtual model. To speak about our classic model, this is Mr. Patterson, our assistant principal.
Hello, thank you, Mr. Clevenger. My name is Damon Patterson. I'm one of the new assistant principals here at RBV. I'm very excited to be back at RBV and looking forward to working with our amazing students and staff. As Ms. Correo explained, students attending RBV will have the choice of 2 learning models to choose from, a virtual or a classic. I'm going to describe the classic model for you. A selection of classic school will provide your student with the Ranch's traditional yet innovative on-campus experience. So still consisting of daily high-quality in-person on-campus learning, a robust set of health and safety measures in accordance with all state and county health guidelines. Students will receive engaging instruction that is grade and course level appropriate. There will be clearly defined learning objectives for all students so that they can reach their academic goals. Students will also, in this model, have the opportunity to engage in collaborative activities designed for high expectations for learning, and will have their progress monitored through a balanced assessment system. Students will also be receiving letter grades for both the progress and report cards.
Thank you very much, both of you. So that's a little information about our virtual and classic learning models. Again, if you have additional questions, you're looking for more information, the 2 links that were placed in the chat are absolutely the best places to go for that. Now, this email went out to all parents of VUSD last Thursday to kind of share a few details about the timeline of choosing your learning model. I'd like to welcome Mrs. Aguirre Simpson, one of our assistant principals.
So I have some dates and details for you, and you may want to write these down, but they will also be accessible online. You have from last Friday, I believe, until August 12th to choose either virtual school or classic school. If no selection is made, that student will be placed in virtual school. It will be all the way through August 12th. So I know this is a difficult decision to make, but be sure to make it and please spread the word. Also on August 13th, we will roll our sleeves up. This is when we will be doing the work to provide not 1, but 2 master schedules based on student selections. Not all classes will be able to be offered in both learning models. But regardless, please be assured, regardless of the learning selected, all students will be eligible for all extracurricular activities and for athletics.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that with us, Mrs. Aguirre Simpson. A couple of questions are going to come up here regarding the things that are going to take place, starting the year. So the first thing is this. We are going to be starting the school year on September 8th. That's the day after Labor Day. Now, our board made the decision to push the start time back to the 8th to give us some more time to see how things are settling with health orders. But I do want to share this with all the parents here this evening. Right now, all of San Diego County, all schools will be starting virtually this fall. We are not unique in that. So whether you choose classic or virtual, the year will start virtually. And I promise we will have a very clean rollout of what that looks like. We'll make sure students know how to get to classes the first day of school. And as soon as county health officials determine that it's safe to return to campus, the classic model would then return. There will be more information coming out on that. The best place to go for those details is absolutely those 2 links that we shared with you earlier. Okay, and with that, I want to do a quick activity. I wanted to see just real quick who's with us this evening. So I'm going to send out a poll. If you would just click the answer on your screen, I want to know who's here with us this evening. So you're going to see a poll pop up in front of you. Just curious, parents, students, staff, community members. 5th option was you heard there was free coffee, so you showed up. Excellent, thank you. That looks great. About 80% of our community is a Longhorn parent, and parents, that doesn't surprise me. We've just got amazing parents here at the ranch. So just one more question I have here. Just like to know who is represented as far as grades. If you could just tell me what grade you're representing this evening. That is a great distribution so far. Looks like we've got about 20 to 25% of each. I'm happy to report that the junior class is dominating with 28%. So that is great. Welcome again. Thank you for being here. Okay, that is excellent. All right, this is actually the time of the evening that I'm the most excited about. You've had a chance to hear some of the logistics of things coming up. I wanted to take some time to introduce you to some of the people who do the amazing work in the classrooms on a day-to-day basis. We'd like to start off by introducing Mr. Bailey, and he's going to share with you, some of the details about the upcoming year.
Thank you, Mr. Clevenger. Hello, Longhorn families. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the virtual experience coming this fall compared to last spring. So, as you can imagine, we learned quite a bit last spring about the strengths and weaknesses of an online learning environment. And we look forward to applying that to that new knowledge to what we have coming in the fall. So here's a couple of things that you can expect as a parent. So number one is that you can expect a much more rigorous learning experience for your student. So the USD is committed to assigning grades, holding students accountable for attendance, engaging students in consistent and thoughtful online, assignments, discussions, and assessments. And, you're going to hear more about the specifics of how we're going to try to achieve those goals with the presenters following me. But I think I want to speak to something that maybe is a little bit deeper than that, and that is about what concerns most teachers. On the surface, yes, we're concerned about the nuts and bolts of how to make the technology work, but every conversation I've been in and listened to other teachers talk about is this deep concern about connecting with students. I mean, if you know anything about great teachers connect as human beings, and that's a lot more difficult to do across the screen. So that is one of the things that we are most concerned with, but it is also one of the things that we are working as hard as possible at to create really interesting ways to connect with our students. So, I can promise you this as a representative of the teaching staff here is, your student may be taking some classes alone, but they're not going to be alone, right? That you can count on us to make sure that all those Longhorns feel like they're a part of our Rancho family. So I know that in the next couple of speakers are going to talk about, grades and something called Canvas and things like that. But just know, deeper than that, we really want your son or daughter to feel connected to Rancho in a powerful way. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that happens.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. I feel that that's a critical part. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'd like to introduce another one of our great teachers, Mrs. Hall.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. RBV teachers and staff are currently hard at work preparing learning opportunities for all of our students, whether they participate in the virtual or the classic learning models. And of course, a key part of any learning experience is feedback and assessment of progress within a subject area. Feedback will continue to be delivered in a variety of formal and informal ways to students and parents this year. We do want students and parents to know that formal feedback regarding progress will be reported through letter grades, which will be based on each student's mastery of subject matter content and skills. With this policy, there is the understanding that students will be required to attend class daily and to contribute, to participate, and to maintain engagement in their learning process. So regardless of the model your family chooses, it is critical that students commit to their learning from day one and maintain focus and participation throughout the semester. I can tell you that RBV teachers are excited to meet all of our students, and we are ready to jump in and, as Mr. Bailey said, to work this together and to make sure that everyone feels safe and prepared and part of the Longhorn family.
Outstanding. Thank you as always, Mrs. Hall. From the math department, the one and only Mrs. KB.
Thanks, Joseph. Not only do I teach math, but I also teach dance. And I've been choreographing musicals for 23 years and counting at RBV. And I'm an alumni. So I am a Longhorn through and through. And even though this year is going to be a little different, I am really excited to start it and meet all my new students. Knowing that we're going to have a virtual component starting the year out, what we did is we purchased a tool to help us make learning as successful as possible. And that tool is called Canvas. So you're going to hear this Canvas word a lot. And what it is, it's a learning management system. It's a one-stop shop where you, your students, and the teachers go for all of their hard work, their assignments, their assessments, and their projects. So students will be going all in one place for all of their classes. I am so thrilled to tell you that already, even during the summertime, the teachers have already started training on this wonderful tool. And don't worry, there's also going to be training for students and parents, so you will feel very, very comfortable with using this great tool. On a personal note, one of the other hats I wear is I've actually been an online teacher for the last 4 or 5 years, teaching some math classes with UC Santa Cruz Extension, and we use Canvas. So I have some experience with it, and I really like it a lot and what it has to offer to all of the students and the teachers. No matter if it's their English class, their math class, their dance class, it has a lot of upside to it, and I'm excited to start the school year with it. And not only that, I'm happy to say that lots of community colleges and universities already use Canvas. So it just adds to the list of all the things that we do at RBV to help prepare our students for higher education. And I'm excited where it's going to go. So thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. KB. I am thrilled about that. One of the concerns we heard in March through June of last year was that occasionally we had students who had to go to 3, 4, 5 different locations to find their daily tasks from their teachers, their classes. Our goal here is to basically make this a one-stop shop. And I am excited to share that this is going to be something in place for all of VUSD. It might be used in different ways at RBV. I'm excited to share that that is going to be a great thing for our community here, our Longhorn community. So next, I actually want to welcome one of our Longhorn coaches, Mr. Abrams. Are you with us this evening?
I am.
Coach, we got some questions about sports. Give us a little information.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Clevenger. Again, I'm the head boys basketball coach, and athletics and extracurricular activities are a big part of the high school experience for our students. One of the most frequent questions we've been getting is, are sports canceled for the year? And the definitive answer to that is no. As of right now, CIF, which is in charge of high school athletics, has pushed the start of the fall sports seasons to December. I believe there might be a link that you guys can access to go directly to the CIF page to get more details. But one thing, you know, we want to say that, you know, RBV athletes, coming up on August 14th, we're going to have additional information from the San Diego CIF section. But until then, we want you guys to keep safe. We want to make sure you guys are staying in safe, exercising, staying in shape and conditioning. And one of the things that we're telling our basketball guys is, and this is, you know, universal for all of our sports programs, is the silver lining in this pandemic is that in the athletic department, we're going to have a lot more time to prepare for the upcoming season, being that the fall programs are going to be canceled and moving into the winter. So that gives our athletes a whole lot of time to prepare, you know, and make sure they're in shape and they're conditioning and staying ready for their respective season. So until then, again, just keep safe, keep exercising, and hook 'em horns.
Thank you, Coach, very, very much. And for the parents who are here, we are on the chat, on the call. We dropped the CIF link into the chat. As you can see, the big difference. Hey, there's Coach. Give us a wave, Coach. Thanks for joining us. You'll be able to see. So nothing has been canceled at this point. We've pushed back the sports from the fall, the things that would typically start right away in the school year, and they'll be beginning in December, January at the earliest. Please take a look at that. We know that there'll be some questions. We're going to keep working and sorting things out as we get additional information, but we'll take care of that. Earlier, Mr. Bailey alluded to the power of relationships between the teacher and the students. Here at the ranch, we look at the power of relationships in a whole bunch of ways, but we do believe that the way people feel here on campus is the very first thing. That's the foundation for everything else we're trying to build. And while we do push academics, arts, athletics, the way we feel is really the baseline for building all of those things. With us this evening, we have one of our wonderful counselors, Miss Sarah Blake. Sarah, you just want to share a few thoughts about the importance of social emotional support and what we're doing moving into this year.
Hello, thank you, Mr. Clevenger. So yes, as you mentioned, taking care of each other, it is the foundation of RBV. That is what we do first and foremost, is look after for the students and the families. And during this time, it is more important than ever that we support the social and emotional needs of our school. We do this through care and connection. We care by being aware of the needs of our community and providing time and resources of care. We connect by supporting and sustaining connection to increase the social emotional well-being of students, staff, and families.
Excellent, excellent. For those who were here last March, Sarah was instrumental in putting together our weekly, what was our term we used? What was our...
The Respect the Ranch.
Yeah, we really leaned in heavy, and once a week we made sure that we had a social emotional lesson or activity. And as part of that, we actually got to see Sarah's freestyle rapping skills. So we appreciate all you do for her at the ranch, Sarah. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Excellent. The moment we've been waiting for. We get to hear from the experts now. Our very own Raquel is actually going to talk to you about one of the ways we keep students connected to each other. So Raquel, take it away.
Hi. So high school spirit and culture is an important part of the high school experience. And we want to make sure that the Longhorn spirit stays alive during these COVID times. We also want to welcome and introduce the class 2024 to what it means to be a Longhorn. Make sure that the sophomores and juniors stay alive with that Longhorn spirit, and that our seniors are able to celebrate their last year here at the ranch. Throughout this year, ASB will be looking to do as many possible activities to continue that Longhorn spirit and make sure that everyone feels at home here at Rancho.
Outstanding, outstanding, Raquel. I just want to share the power that having somebody as positive and as intelligent as Raquel, she does so much good. I am thrilled that she's going to be the standard, sort of the example for the students on this campus this year. And I know you're going to lead like you have your whole life and do great things. So Raquel, thanks for joining us this evening. You crushed it. Do you feel a little bit better now that it's over?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Thank you for joining us during summer, and we'll see you soon, okay? Excellent. And with that, I'd like to introduce our just tremendous and incredibly hardworking ASB advisor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Tim Fay.
Hi guys, how you guys doing tonight? I want to talk to you guys about communication. As you guys know from going off in March last year and going in through June, and there's a lot of questions about stuff, and communication is one of the biggest things that the school has to you guys as Longhorn families. There are many different ways that we can communicate with you guys, and we just want to make sure that you guys know those different ways. We have 3 important ways of communicating with you guys. The first one is through Instagram. We have 2 Instagram accounts, one for ASB, and mainly the ASB account will talk to you guys or announce stuff and post stuff about ASB activities. So if there's activities for senior class, or hopefully going to have some spirit weeks, or do some pep rallies, kind of maybe virtual pep rallies, stuff like that, that's where you'll get those types of information. The students usually more follow the ASB account. The account that parents mostly follow is the Rancho Buena Vista Instagram account. And that one is the more overarching that we post to, where you'll get the Rancho Roundup post, you'll get things that teachers are doing in class. It's more of a comprehensive overall, what is Rancho doing? And the third way is our Twitter account. And that's the same way basically as Instagram. It's the overarching Twitter account for the whole school. Just some people are not Instagram people, they're Twitter people. So we try to get as much information out on both of those social medias to you guys as parents. The handle for the Instagram account for ASB is at @RBV_ASB. The all school account is at Rancho Buena Vista HS, or yeah, at Rancho Buena Vista HS. And then the quick Twitter account is at RBV High School. So if you guys want to follow those, you'll be getting updates and you'll be getting everything else from the Rancho Roundup and all the updates coming up for this school year and throughout the year. The other way is through email, and email is really, really important. It's one of the best ways that teachers have to communicate directly to your students. Every student has their Gmail account, and make sure that you are talking with your student, that they are checking those Gmail accounts through the school, so that they are getting the updates not only from their teachers, but also from possibly Mr. Clevenger or any all-school announcements. So just please make sure that you have that. Now, you guys will also be updating your parent portal when you guys do your registration later, a little bit here in August. Make sure that we have updated emails in the system so that you guys are also getting the communications. The way the Rancho Roundup is sent out is through those email accounts and through the text messaging that you guys have for your cell phones in those accounts also. So make sure that you guys have those updated as best as possible. You can contact the school, or you can do it through your parent portal. And the last one is our website. Our website is probably one of the most comprehensive websites that we have. It's rbv.vistausd.org. And it's just, if you need to know information, there's a ton of buttons on there for you guys to pick each of the different categories that you have with counseling or athletics or a bell schedule, or trying to get an email for a teacher possibly. If you have someone's trying to look to see what Rancho's like, we have a future Longhorn section. So if there's any freshman parents out there, you might want to check that Rancho future Longhorn section. There's some good videos and stuff on there. So those are some of the ways that we communicate at the ranch. So if you're not getting communications, please contact the school, and we'll get those updated hopefully as best as possible so that we can get all the information to you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Fay. Thank you as always. We did drop the website link into the chat. So far in chat, we've dropped 4 links. The first 2 were the Vista Unified School District school reopening details. Parents, that's still the very best place to go for comprehensive information, TK through 12. We also linked the frequently asked question document. That's what I would continue to check up on as we are adding answers to the questions we're getting. And we're doing our best to make sure we're prepared. And that's a big one, is communicating and answering the questions that are coming in. The third one was the CIF schedule. And then the fourth one was the website. So Mr. Arias, can we throw back up the Brady Bunch grid real quick? I just wanted to share with the parents real quick. This is just a fraction of the team at RBV that's been hard at work this summer, making sure we are ready for whatever comes next. We fully realize there's been a lot that has been out of our control the last 6 months. We're striving to make sure the moment that we have the opportunity to interact with our students again, that they're in the very best hands, and that we continue to prepare them for great things in their future. So thank you thank you to each of you for your efforts. I know you hear this from me often, but the difference you're making for our community and for our students is tremendous. So heartfelt thanks from me to you. And I'm certain that the parents are expressing the same thing while sipping their coffee at home. I wanted to just sort of end with a really, what I feel is a just remarkable component of our school. Each week, we have the opportunity to send out the Longhorn weekly newsletter. We call it the Rancho Roundup. And if you notice, usually there's a really nifty video at the beginning. Mr. Tompkins, oh, hold on real quick, Mr. Arias. I want to see Mr. Tompkins while I embarrass him here. Hold on, we're going to pull back up the Brady Bunch view real quick. There he is. Mr. Tompkins, give us a wave. There we go. So each week, Mr. Tompkins takes my selfie recorded messages and adds links and music and cool graphics that makes it feel a lot more impressive than it really is. Mr. Tompkins, thank you for your efforts, both in school closure, March through graduation, and also kicking off this year. It's so appreciated. The time and effort put in is just really valued. So thank you for that. And since we're thanking you, I just wanted you to briefly kind of share some of the things you guys do when you're making those videos. Who does it? What happens? Just share a little bit about what you do.
Thanks, Joseph. Yeah, I'm in a really unique situation. When you walk into my class, it does not feel any a classroom. And that's partly because we have a TV studio attached to my classroom. I actually have 17 doors, I believe I need to lock at the end of each day. So this has been a 2-year process in the making. Got a giant grant from the state of California, and they were able to put up all these TV monitors, our lovely green screen there, to do a lot of virtual effects. And you can see our YouTube channel there has been growing. If you haven't added us, please subscribe. Just Google RBV TV, either in YouTube or Google, and you'll get all of our announcements every Monday. But my students do a tremendous job. There's nothing on campus that they don't cover. Everything from our ASB election speeches that go out every spring to Joseph doing these principal minutes, fun little videos that we do with our staff. It's just, the options are endless. Here we are showcasing some more spotlighting different programs on campus, anything from our Ballet Folklorico group to having different students of the month being interviewed, to our dance shows, kind of spotlighting any of the upcoming productions that might be happening on campus. And then we got one more, I think a few more examples. Now, all of this stuff that you're seeing, we're able to do because we have not only a studio that can film all this stuff, but we can take the show on the road, if you will. We have a whole TriCaster mini setup, so we can go out to the football field. We could go over to the PAC, and any production that's happening, whether it's a poetry slam or something the drama program's producing, we could live stream that event. I have a crew of 30-something kids, but then for these productions, we'll get another 8 to 10 out there. So if your student does tell you, hey, we're going back to campus at 7 o'clock at night to film the drama program, yes, that is true. They are going to be live streaming that to whoever has the link. Then we got a couple more slides here kind of showcasing some other events. Let's see. Oh yeah, some of the every 15 minutes, our graduation that we streamed. I think we had up to 2,200 people watching our graduation at some point a few months ago. And then this year we did one of our blackout pep rallies. We live streamed one of the evenings in the gym. That was absolutely fantastic. And then I think a couple more slides here. Oh no, that's everything.
Boom.
I'm not used to being on this side of the camera. I like being behind the scenes.
Well, listen, we're going to give you some positive, constructive feedback on some things you could have worked on. We're so grateful for you, Mr. Tompkins. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Parents, I just wanted to share that briefly, just so you can see one more way that we're going to make sure that even with distance, we're connected to both you and your students. Mr. Arias, you want to bring the Brady Bunch view back up? One more time, thank you to each of you. Thank you for the time and dedication and love you have for the students, the staff, and the community. I also just wanted to share this. Parents, if you have questions, I just dropped the phone number for the RBV main line. We have our rock solid office crew back, and we're ready to take care of you. Whatever your questions are, we'll steer you to the right direction. We'll do their very best to get the answer. And just know RBV is ready. So on behalf of the entire group here, thank you for joining us. And we have sort of a way we end conversations here at Rancho. And for the incoming freshman families, this is an important one. Obviously, the sound that a cow makes is different than that what a longhorn makes. Longhorns say hook 'em. So we just sort of put our fingers together like this. And we always end up with just a thank you for being here. And as always, hook 'em. Thanks, everybody.